Hello, my wonderful collective. I hope you're all doing really well. I'm sorry, it's been a long time since I've been uploading. Things have been pretty hectic and busy, but here I am with another pick a card reading, and this is a message that's meant to find you. So let's have a little look. I've got a beautiful new deck that someone has donated to me. So I will be using this deck to pick the cards. So a message meant to find you. Let's have a look. This will be what we will use to pick the deck with, or pick your choice with. So pile 1 will be manifestation. And we have the number 10. Pile 2 will be healing hands. And pile 3, wow, will be authenticity. These cards are amazing. What are they called? They're called the Mystical Journey Oracle. I'll pop these into the description box below so that you can see what they are. So we've got manifestation for pile 1, healing hands for authenticity. Sorry, healing hands for pile 2 and authenticity. So 10, 6 and 13. What crystals shall we have for this reading? I think we shall have, for manifestation, we shall have this beautiful, and I've used this before, but it's this, I think it's called Picture Stone Jasper. That's for manifestation. For pile 2, we will have this one, which is a ruby, a raw ruby. And pile 3, we will have this beautiful golden healer quartz. Okay, so there are your pile choices. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Pile 1, manifestation, and this, I think it's orbicular Jasper, I think so. And then we have the ruby with healing hands, and then we have authenticity with this golden healer quartz. Timestamps will be in the description box below, my friends, and I'll see you at your reading. Pile 1, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose this beautiful manifestation card and also this polychrome Jasper. It's not orbicular, it's polychrome. And what this, and I've actually got like a beautiful, I can't even find it. Is it around here? I don't even know. It's like, I actually got this recently. I got a gorgeous, oh there it is, right in front of my face. Right, okay, so here, these two are the same stones actually. You wouldn't believe it, but they are. And I kind of wish I used this one for your pile choice, but you know, the universe wanted this one. Now, what's really interesting is that we've got this gorgeous kind of, you know, this kind of play. I don't know, the light's not that great here. I can't even see what I'm like doing really. Let's see if I can. So right now you've got this kind of play with the grey here, but here in this one you've got more of a, you have a grey, but it's a darker grey, and you don't really have much yellow, you just have a touch of yellow. So something, and the thing that strikes me about this particular one is the yellow. Now, when we think about yellow Jasper is about connecting with your solar plexus energy. Now, I feel from this stone and also this, I feel like you want to manifest more control over your feelings. And you feel that you've come to a certain stage where you know yourself, and you know yourself well, but now you want to move on to the next stage. Some of you may even be trying to get pregnant. I just get that feeling. But there may be something that you're just trying to create. And in that respect of you doing that, it's about you controlling your emotions in a way so that you can harness your power. That's what I'm seeing from this. So the message that I'm kind of getting is that you know, that's what's happening. You know, the universe recognizes that that's what you want to do, and that's what you're looking at doing. That's where you want to head. I think the main message here so far is that you are connecting. Like, you are connecting with the polarities, with the earth and with the sky. So, you know, there is something that's working here deeply. Whatever you're doing is actually on the right path. And I don't know, you may not be seeing it manifest, but it is coming along. So let's have a look at what other cards there are. What other messages there are for you. Message meant to find my pile ones. A message meant to find my pile ones. A message meant to find my pile ones. Okay, so we've got 7th house partners. So, and then I also have 31, which is 4. Now, it may be on the back of like a breakup. You may be coming out of a breakup. And this might have given some rise to some imbalances in your energy. So you're trying to maybe assimilate it together. For those of you that are still in a relationship, there may be still kind of things that you're working out, even though you are in a relationship, and you're trying to navigate it so that you can kind of be at peace with yourself in order to give this new creation something that has integrity, rather than you slipping into something that may be codependent, independent. Do you know what I mean? You want it to be a really interdependent act. And I know that like some people like disagree. I don't know. My interpretation of the 7th house is partnerships, is intimate partnerships. It's not really about friendships. Friendships kind of comes under community. Also 3rd house a little bit as well. For me, anyway, for me. I'm purely, and I'm no astrologer at all. But I just feel that right now, however you conduct your personal relationships, you know, your intimate relationships with your significant others, you know, ones that you want to spend your life with, ones that you would have an intimate sexual connection with, ones that you would build a house with, ones that you would create a life with. This is what's going on here. You may be also manifesting that person. You may be also wanting that to happen, because it seems like with 31, which equals 4, being reversed, that kind of says to me that there's been a lack of stability in you being able to find partners. So what you're trying to do is you may be even trying to manifest like a good partner. So it's either that you're trying to manifest some kind of creation, be that a baby or a business or whatever, that is, you know, that doesn't have any kind of, you know, like you don't have any bitterness from anything. You're not doing it because like you're doing it in spite of like, oh yeah, I want to like get a glow up and like I want to like, you know, after a breakup or whatever. You're doing it, you want to do it because you're doing it properly. I feel like there's a real integrity here, particularly with this 10 here, and it's upright, and with that orbicular Jasper. Because do you know what? I'm going to look up orbicular Jasper because I keep on saying it. So let me just see why I'm saying it. Okay, now what I think is happening, the universe is wanting to give you the message that it's given me, you know, this Polychrome Jasper in order for you to balance your emotions. Because it wants to give you information. It's waiting for you to download. It's waiting for the server to become ready so that you can download the information. Because orbicular Jasper is about you connecting to the higher realms and spiritual realms. And the only kind of orbicular Jasper that I've got is a Kambaba Jasper, which works very slowly and is connected to the earth and root. So usually there would be some kind of, you know, rooted connection, as I can see here. And then she's also got this kind of, she's looking up towards the universe. So there has to be like a real awareness of being rooted and grounded, but then also being ready to receive so that you can transmute this out into the world, you know? So I think the most important thing is to make sure that it doesn't, that it isn't a result of any kind of bitterness or a reactionary result. Obviously you've got gold there where, like, you know, if you get hurt, you kind of like channel it into work or whatever, you know, like when some people like go through a breakup or whatever and they have like massive glow ups. I would say you have to, it's going to be really important for you to not have that as a springboard. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but you have to really make sure it's for you. I don't know, that's a really clear message, and I haven't got any cards here. So like usually I'd have everything out, but it's coming out really clearly here. And I don't know, she does look a little bit pregnant here. So I'm just thinking that it's about you, because you need to be in a prime position to be able to give birth to this thing that's only yours, you know? So yeah, let's see what the tarot has to say about this. This is really interesting. Okay. Temperance, the Fool, Knight of Wands, and the World reversed. Okay. All of the majors reversed. I mean, I think that there is a little bit, there may be, not for all of you, there may be a little bit of a denial that, you know, you were able to get through it. I think you're trying to. But because we've got the Fool reversed, the World reversed, Temperance reversed, means to me that there's an imbalance here that is being kind of like, the Knight of Wands is just someone that goes for it. So it just... Okay, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, or as honest as I can be, but it sounds like this is a bit of a rebound, and the universe is saying to you, can you please reassimilate, like, why do you want to do this thing? Because it seems to me that you're just doing this as a reaction to something bad that's happened, and it could be a relationship. Please, you know, for those of you who are like, you know, or thinking about carrying another life and thinking if that is going to help your relationship, please have a good long hard think about that, because there's a clear no here, that's not a good idea. What also I can get here is that whatever it is that you think that might be over, it's not. It's absolutely not. But there is some sense of imbalance, dare I say toxicity about it. We'll find out in a minute. But like, I feel that there's just this sense of, I don't know, like it's a little bit toxic, I'm feeling, whatever's going on here, if it was a relationship. If it wasn't a relationship, then it might be that the integrity of the reasoning, as I said previously, and I'll keep on repeating it, the integrity is not pure. And it's disconnected. Like, it's not, yeah, it's disconnected. And with the Knight of Wands being upright, that says to me that there's a... I think it's almost like you're just trying to get involved in something that really isn't maybe you. And you're just doing it because you think that it might help you, you know? Let's have a look what the other tarot cards want to say. Interesting message. Fool is okay. Fool is clarified by the devil, reversed. So I'm happy about that. Strength. Okay, okay. I see what you're doing. Muse of Voices. That's the King of Voices. The King of... I think that's the King of Swords. And the Three of Swords. Yeah, big time. So, I mean, if you're not in a relationship, then this might be still some old wounding that is happening as a result of, and you're still getting over it. And to be fair, like, this is like kind of the best that you're doing the best you can, you know, to get over this. The message here is to just reconsider what are your motives behind what you're doing. Okay? That's what the message is here. Reconsider your motives, because it doesn't mean that you're weak. It doesn't mean that you're actually, in fact, you know, all of this kind of movement towards you wanting to do this for yourself is actually a sign of strength. And you're really going from a strong place. Like, I saw that anyway at the beginning. The only thing is just we need to just slow down a little bit and just kind of recalibrate and say, like, what is it? What are we, like, how are we going about this? What are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? Just a little talk with yourself, just to say, why am I doing this? Like, really, why am I doing this? Is this what I really want, or is it reactionary? To close out the reading, we have Anandalite and Lemon Balm, integrating energies, awakening and transitioning. Now, Anandalite is quite a new crystal, and it's similar to quartz, but not quite. But it is quite. I think it's a little bit more cloudy. It's unfortunate that it's a painting rather than the actual like picture. But I think with lemon balm is quite clarifying. It also cleanses. So there's definitely this urge for you to take this step to be able to be really clear about what it is that you want and why you want it. I think the why you want it has to be really clear, because you know you've got a Page of Swords here, and then you've also got an Ace. You've also got a King of Swords. Now, I don't know why you're doing this. But don't do it because, like, you think that somebody's going to notice you. And I even hear, you know, no, this is not why I'm doing it, Reena. But also, you know, I would urge you to question that. This is not to say that, you know, you're not doing something that's, you know, you're not walking the right path in the right way. It's nothing to do with that. This is just about questioning your motives, questioning the why. Are you coming from a place of pain, or are you coming from a place of love? That's the question. So that's a message meant to find you, pile one. I hope you found this useful. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do share with me down in the comments if you wish. But otherwise, my darlings, thank you so much for being with me. I'm sorry it's been so long before I've brought out a reading. But stay tuned for more, because yeah, there'll be more coming. All right, take care. Have a beautiful day, evening, morning, night, whenever you're choosing to watch this. And remember, honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 2, hello, and welcome to your reading. Sorry about that little shake on the camera there. So, healing hands. God, this is an interesting image, right? Just taking a tip in my... Oh, sorry about that. God, this camera. Wow. There's something quite archaic about that. Okay, so you're getting healing from your ancestors, pile 2, 6. Yeah, this is healing from your ancestors. I'm just having a sip of my tea before I spill it. So yeah, my God. Okay, so you've got like this. I don't know if you can see that, but those little triangles that are on a ruby, on a raw ruby, and also in raw sapphires. I don't know if diamond has the same formation, I'm not sure. But these are known as record keepers. So these store information from the generation. So for every layer that comes on, it stores information. The same thing happens with like phantom quartzes. And they're almost like record keepers of information. Okay. Your ancestors wanted me to have good... my throat quite lubricated before I told you this message. They want to tell you that they are on your side and that they're with you, because whatever you're going through at the moment may feel like you're quite alone. And not only that, there may be some kind of ascension process that's going on. What do I mean by that? It feels like it feels like you're rising, you're leveling up, you know. It's not quite like in Super Mario Brothers where you've got a mushroom. You're actually getting like a, you're actually like, you know, like a, maybe a fire flower or something like that. That's proper old school. Proper old school Mario. But and for those of you that don't play Mario, it's almost like that you're not just getting a promotion, you're getting a promotion to like a big senior level in some way. Because in a way, you may even be transcending the levels of your ancestors. Because with that number 6, it kind of makes me feel, and look, we've got 6 edges as well on this ruby. That's interesting, hexagonal. So what that makes me think is that, you know, that's literally just after the halfway point. Almost like to the standard of what your ancestors had. That was the first thing that came to me. That was the level that your ancestors were at, and now you're ascending beyond that. And they're behind you. Wow. Beautiful. Love that. Okay, let's have some astrology. What influences of the astrology? Excuse me. Sorry, my throat makes funny noises because I drank my tea too quick, I think. Sorry about that. Tried to drink it quickly so that I wouldn't disturb the reading, and then there's my throat wanting to join in and make funny noises. Okay. But you know, like even like in my mediumship days, that's what ancestors do. They come through in funny ways. They do funny things, funny noises that aren't just you. I remember when I was doing my mediumship training, I could really discern the difference between who was me and who was another entity or thing or something wanting to speak to me. So that's really important. Yod, destiny. See, I told you guys, like seriously, you are evolving into a space where, oh, I did it the other way, I think. Yeah, you're evolving into something that's so much bigger than what your previous kind of generations have been doing. This is big. Get some more information. Okay, I will take that. Judgment. Wow. Judgment. Pile 2. This is proper kickoff energy. You are being called. What are you being called for? Okay, right. Before I continue, you're being called for something. I don't know if you're scared or what, right? But like you're being called for something and your ancestors support you. I don't know if you maybe you have decided whether or not you want to step into the healing arts. You want to either become a tarot reader, you want to become some kind of energy healer. You've been called to do something, maybe sound work, whatever it is. You've been divinely called. You know, ruby isn't just some random stone. It's the stone of kings. And ancestors and royalty, and this Yod destiny is the calling of kings. This is about another calling of kings. Bear with me 1 second, my friends. Apologies about that, my friends. It feels like you are being called, you know. All the signs point to you being destined for something that is greater than yourself. Psychics, spiritual healers, clairvoyance. Wow, okay. Yeah, so this is definitely destiny. And it's really interesting because it's almost like something that you may have to return to. You felt that it was over, and in a way it is. In a way it is something that's kind of new, but it's almost like you're having to say goodbye to an old way of life before you can kind of continue with this way, if that makes sense. And if you're looking for the signs to say that yes, this is right to leave. So for example, you may have something that you've always wanted to do. Like maybe you've always wanted to do like intuitive painting, and you've never thought that this would be something, you know, you've always loved the painting and doing it. So this would be something that, you know, to return to, something that really makes your heart sing. It's really interesting actually, because like she's got a tambourine here and she's walking towards the moon and she's leaving those cups, but here reversed it would mean that you're not able to do that just yet. But we have the ultimate card, which means that it's the end of a cycle. So what that says to me is that there's something that you know you've come to a conclusion that you have to return to something. And what's really interesting is that we have the 8 of Cups here, but then we go to the Ace, meaning that you're going to find something new in this thing that's going to help you to kind of reestablish some kind of love for it, some connection with destiny, something that's going to help you feel good about it again. Powerful, powerful. Too many. I can't have all that. Why? Okay, well, it just slightly reversed. 2 of Inspiration. Hang on a minute. Ah, yeah, Inspiration is Wands. Okay, right, so had a freak out there. I thought I'd read it wrong with the other reading. And I was like, oh no. So the 2 of Wands reversed. The Queen of Wands upright. The Page of Wands. Nice. Look at all of this. Okay, we've got 2. And the Ace of Swords reversed. And then we've got another one. And then we've got the Knight of Cups reversed. Okay. So, what I think is this was definitely something that you weren't able to do previously. Like you weren't able to do it. Like you weren't, maybe you were shunned about doing it. Maybe like you were put down. You know, maybe there was a parent that said that you weren't allowed to do this. Maybe this was a childhood hobby or something like this that you really wanted to do and you really felt inspired to do, but you weren't allowed to do it. You weren't allowed to pursue it. Maybe you put it aside for some relationship or something like that. But now you're realizing, actually, I have to do this. I have to do this for me. I have to go ahead. I have to do this for me, and no one's going to stop me. It's really interesting because you've got quite a few people here, but I do also think that this is partly your own transformation, meaning that you've gone from the Queen of Inspiration, so you've actually like turned into someone who actually knows what they want, and how they can manifest things truthfully for themselves, because they really understand that they are not in a position, or you understand that you're not in a position where you can be complacent with what you have. So now you're looking for something even more, you know, you want to go further, but you don't want to walk away completely from what you've got already, because you kind of know that there's something that you really want to return to. So it might be an artist. I'm feeling like it's a real like labor of love. It's some kind of like project that you really love. So, or something that was really close to your heart. It could be a book, could be a film, could be a painting, could be hobby, whatever it is. Yeah, right. There's just something that really makes you. And look at this beautiful cloud. Like, it really helps, it really inspires you. And then, I don't know, you may have found out some information that your ancestors did it, or like, you know, like maybe your ancestors were musicians or something like that. Yeah, because I think I found out recently, I don't know, like, I became an actor, and then it turned out that, you know, other members of my family started doing performing. And then it turned out that apparently my great-grandmother or someone like that, like along down the line, like they ended up singing or were performers. So I just thought that's really uncanny. So it's just interesting. It's just interesting. Your ancestors are cheering you on to do this. So go for it. Maybe you also didn't find the inspiration beforehand. Maybe you didn't feel inspired. Maybe what you needed was, you needed the lack, like you needed some sense of stagnant feeling. I don't even know if stagnancy is a word, but you needed, like there was something where a complacency that actually aided in you moving. Okay, to close out, we have Numite and Black Dahlia. Now this is Numite. It's a very special stone from Iceland. Is it Iceland or Greenland? There's only like one place in the world where you can get it. A distant relative of labradorite, but it's really interesting because it's got all these like little flecks, which looks like it's a man-made stone, but it's not. Numite is a deeply intuitive stone. It's interesting because it's Numite and Black Dahlia, the void, ego-shattering soul fragments and emptying. So there is a sense of you, like, and then we've got the ruby. So there is a sense of you breaking free from old patterning and behavior in order to move forward. And this even may be old patterning that comes from your ancestors. So I don't know, like if you are going into healing work or you are doing something, connect with your ancestors. Your ancestors are asking you to do some healing work in order to like release your capabilities. I think that's what the message is. They're saying that we need to heal. So you could do like some ancestral trauma work, and there's so many different ways that you can do that. I do work with it in shamanic journeying. That's what I studied, and it's very powerful. Shamanic journeying is very, very powerful for that kind of thing. But you could also do it with like journaling, things like with the tarot. You could do it through Reiki or like any kind of other energy healing. You could do it with regressional therapies and things like that. So have a little explore and have a think about how you can like use, maybe because you may be entering the healing arts, think of how that can help you to heal. But that's your message, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Sorry it's been so long. I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, night, whenever you're, or day, whenever you're choosing to watch this. And please do remember that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 3, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose this beautiful golden healer quartz and also the card Authenticity. This card is gorgeous. It looks like a portal, a gateway. And it also looks like it's It's trippy as F, man. Like, look at that. So it's almost like you're trying to find the authentic kind of realm within this space. Okay, that's interesting. So what I just saw was that you've got all of this like trippy out color kind of thing, which looks very pretty. But then when you look through, it all looks like one color. So it's almost like you have to look through all the BS in order to see clearly what the truth is of the situation, because there will be so much to distract you. Wow. Okay. And for you to do that will encourage healing, because it will help you to look at things with a new sense of perspective that you haven't approached things previously. Can I just say that this is not an easy task, because I mean, that just looks, I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's a really beautiful card, but it just looks like there's a lot going on there right now. And Golden Healer is a gentle energy, so it's almost like, so when there's something called Laban efforts, which I don't know if you want to like look it up. It's Laban, Laban efforts, which are dance kind of moves or ways that we move through space in order to, it's kind of almost like a language of how we move through space, essentially. And what you need to do to kind of move through this space is almost like you have to glide and you have to press. Now, when you look at this thing, right, when you look at this Laban kind of, okay, how am I going to explain that? So basically, we have different types of movements. If I just go like that, that's known as a dab. So like I'm dabbing. Do you understand what I mean? Like that kind of movement is dabbing. If I go like that, that's called a press. So there's like a kind of sustained control movement. If I do it fast, like a slash, like that's an actual slash because I'm slashing something. You know what I mean? Now these movements are an actual part of a vocabulary that you could use to describe someone moving through a space. I find them very good to kind of help ascertain what people actually want within a situation, right? Or, you know, what's their direction. So, for example, kings and queens, you know, they walk with a sense of royalty, okay? Or a sense of like poise, grandeur. What does that mean? It means that they might be elevated. They might be straight. They might glide through a space as opposed to like slash through a space, you know, slash. They might glide, you know, they might go glide as opposed to, you know what I mean? So, you know, with this, and also there's slow and then there's fast. So you can slash, but you can slash slowly. You can push, but you can push fast, you know? Or press fast. So these, you know, they kind of work in like different like axis. So they work in like a sphere. So they kind of have different kind of ways of, you'll have to look it up. I'm not going to explain it all. It's too complicated to explain it all. But they're very good for understanding how you would move through a space. And right now, that was a long-winded way of me saying, right now what you've got to do is you've got to either press or you've got to like glide through. You've got to go through a space where you know what your direction is, like you know that you're going to this space and you just got to get there. Now you may get swayed, But you have to just go, okay, that's fine, ooh, and then come back to center, ooh, and then come back to center. You know, it might go off. You need to be really clear about where you're going, because there may be a possibility where you might end up going different ways because you might get distracted from stuff. Now, this is very important for you developing yourself, which is why the Golden Healer is here, because I don't know if there's an opportunity for you to learn in a different way. That's what the message is. Powerful message, gosh. These are intense messages. I wasn't expecting this. Maybe it's just me because I'm deep. And I know you love the deep messages, my beautiful audience. So let's see. Some astrology for my wonderful pile threes. Well, of course, look at that 12th house, isn't it? 12th house. Look at you. 12th house. Escape. Why does it say escape? Okay, so there may be a sense of you trying to escape some kind of pandemonium that's happening. I think you may have thought that this was going to be all right. Like, you kind of thought that you had gotten over that. But no, actually, you're still in the spiral. And you're still trying to work through it. What this reminds me of is when I on the very few times I did psychedelics, and I'm not advising anybody to do it. I'm just saying that this was very similar, because, like, you know, I would see images very similar to this, but then you would, you know, trying to like hold on to something is very difficult. You know, you just have to just kind of like let it go. And sometimes we need something to anchor us in, because we're so overstimulated. And the reason why I said about the psychedelic journey was because the one thing that kept me grounded within that journey was my breath. I would sometimes forget I was alive, because, you know, when you're working with certain substances, you just kind of like go into a place where you don't even know who you are anymore. So in order to be grounded and remain grounded, so that you know what the actual, like, what is going on, and that you know what the truth of the situation is the breath. So there's something about, like, you just being really clear about yourself and about who you are, the constants, because I'm telling you, you're going for a ride right now. 12th house is no joke. 12th house is the house of the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. You may be walking into a situation where you don't know. Like, it could be, just for example, you might go traveling. You might be like, right, I've saved up all my money and I'm going to go traveling. The world is a very different place to what it was 5 years ago. You know, so it's all about you having a really, like, knowing what your, like, ground-based rules are, so that you can go through this journey without being deluded about what you're doing. And being really clear about it will help you to ascertain values that will be rock solid and enable you to have people around you and attract situations to you that will be for your greatest and highest good. Because there is very much a journey aspect about you, pile 3. Like, it feels like you're on a journey. It feels like you're very much, I would go as far to say you're quite near the beginning. You're either just about to embark on, or you just have, you know. 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords reversed, 3 of Wands, and the 3 of Cups. Good. Okay, this is good. So, you know, you've kind of like broke free from a situation where you didn't feel that, you know, you may have been trapped. So now you're starting to gain some kind of balance by understanding what your decisions are that you're going to make. Like, you've kind of like, right, okay, I've made a decision. This is going to help balance me out. And it kind of like helps ground you. Again, it's this idea of thinking that we're going on a journey. So there's this idea of like, okay, I've worked hard to get myself this opportunity to go on this journey. So I'm going to go. I gain a sense of freedom from that. And I think I've got everything planned out, and I feel the impetus to go and do this. I may even be doing this with some people that I really like, and we've been planning to do this for a long time. I may be going out to like visit friends or something like that in a space. You may be going traveling. I do get a sense of, like, as I said, whatever kind of journey it is, if it's a mystical journey in terms of like spiritual journey, could be like a mental, you know, some kind of like psychedelic, it could be anything, or it could be an actual physical journey where you are looking to like move beyond your current boundaries, and you're looking to move forward, and everything is saying yes, like this is yes, go. But just remember, like, the authenticity of, and it's, I don't know, some of you might see some stuff with Pile 1. If you are drawn to Pile 1, go watch it. But it's just interesting. Like, just make sure you understand the reasons of why you're going. You know, why you're doing what you're doing. And not just that, actually. It's more that you're just clear on who you are, what you're doing. You don't sway because of other people, you know. It may be very nice that you're going on a journey with other people, but that doesn't mean that you do the journey because of them. Do you know what I mean? Which is why this is quite similar to Pile 1, but it's not the same, because I feel like this is a... Yeah, I feel like this is a different... It's really interesting because the same cards came up with Pile 1. I think it's more of you understanding your authentic self rather than your purpose. Yeah. Part 1 is more about their understanding the why. Yours is more about following through and actually having the courage to follow it through, even though you don't know what's going on. Okay, we've got the Sun reversed. Wheel of Fortune reversed, interesting. 5 of Voices, which is the 5 of Voices, that's the 5 of Swords. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And the Ace of Emotions, which is the Ace of Cups. So your friends are right now giving you some real respite, and I think you should go along that, you know, river, spring, whatever it is. I don't know, I just feel like there's a bubbling of real beauty and love here that is helping you to feel okay with things and at home with things, and also feeling safe. There's a feeling of safety here, so go with it. If you are traveling overseas, this is blessed. I really do think that it's a good idea for you to do this. They do say that if you fly, if you've been like in a situation where you've not been, let's say for example a breakup, or you've had someone pass away to the other side, it's very good to go to another country, because passing over the water, the expanse of water, is very beneficial. Not only just going to the sea, but actually passing over from one land to another is very beneficial. 5 of Voices, 5 of Swords. I think that's the 5 of Swords. Voices. Yeah, because inspiration is Wands. Yeah, Voices. So 5 of Swords. I don't know, I think there may have been like some kind of, you realise that some things didn't work. And this may have even been like, say for example, like a business or something that you decided to try out and it didn't work out. And now you're deciding to invest your money into travelling. You know, gaining more experience about what's going on. So, and what's really interesting is that you've got an olive branch. You've got this, I don't know if you'd go as far as calling it an olive branch. It is kind, I think that's what it's indicative of, but it's a sprig which has olives on it. So there's fruit here to kind of get, but it's not like, olives are quite bitter, aren't they? So it's almost like there's a bittersweet element of this. That's a bit random with those people like meditating here, some yoga position. Yeah, I think you need to come away from the kind of ideas about it so that you can just really gain the best fruit from it and move into a space where you really get what you're supposed to out of this. I wouldn't think about it too much. I really wouldn't. Because I think you were waiting for the right time. It's really interesting. We've also got like the whole wheel, and then we've got the moon phases here. So I think you were waiting for the right time for this to happen, and then you've realised that the right time never comes. I love that. Like you think that, oh yeah, if I'll wait until this time to do this, and it's like, actually, there's never a right time to do anything. You just got to do it and see what happens, and then if it works, then it was the right time. So, oh, there never is a right time. Never. You just do it, see what happens. And then you find out, oh yeah, the timing was off. It could be better. Maybe I should do it when this is happening. That's when you understand, like, when is a better timing, or, you know. Okay, look at you. You've got 2. So there's a special message for you. Right, so you've got aquamarine and water lily, and then you've got amethyst and passion flower. Beautiful. Okay, let's get you some. I don't have any aquamarine here, sorry, but I do have some amethyst. So we'll get you some amethyst here. So, go with the flow. Divine Mother, Shekinah flow and detach. I'm going to look up what Shekinah means because I have no idea what that means. And then we've got amethyst, passion flower, violet flame, which is transmuting, breaking addiction's nervous system. So, I mean, what I'm getting from here is that your intuition and your voice are the things that are really going to matter here. Let me look up what that Shekinah flow is. Wow. So Shekinah actually is about you being in the flow with a divine sense of God and peace and settlement. So what I am getting from this is home is where the heart is. Having a possession of home, or having a piece of home within your heart, is going to be what helps you to move through this space. So what the universe is asking you, and also what this message that is meant to find you, is that use your intuition to find out what your truth is, so that you can keep that as a part of you wherever you go. So it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It just means that you will always have this peace that is always you. So it comes back to the very first thing that I said, you know, with the psychedelic journey. You know, I did this form of meditation, which is just breath. I've tried a lot of different types of meditations over the years, and I can't, you know, guided meditations are all well and good. But the most powerful meditation for me is the one where I focus on just myself. Like, I focus on my sensations. I focus on my breath. That's the most powerful for me, right? You do you. You see whatever floats your boat. But, like, I know that I know that my body won't lie to me. I know my body will tell me the truth at every single time. So because I stay within that space, I don't need to bring a crystal with me anywhere. I don't need to bring cards with me anywhere. I don't need anything. I just have me, and I have that one thing, which is my breath, which will stay with me until the day I die. So having that sense of authenticity within yourself, so that you know that that's not anything. That's just an example, okay? You know, it's all different for everybody, but that's what I mean. Like, kind of just grounding yourself with that constantly, no matter what realms you travel, because it seems to me that you might be traveling. It feels like you are traveling. Pile 3. Seriously. Do I have any other messages? Do I have any other messages? You're evolving into something, so just be kind. That's what I was going to say. Just be kind to yourself, going through this phase and through this transformation. You know, you're transforming into something very special, and you're you're gaining wisdom and experience for something that's very important. So give yourself that. Pile 3. Give yourself that time. And I just realised, right, passion flowers take a really long time to, like, you know, get to that stage. I mean, the passion flowers will come, but like to bring the fruit, it takes a while. So you're going on this journey in order to create this fruit. So just keep that in mind, you know, as you walk this path. I hope that made some sense for you, my loves. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, I really hope you enjoyed this reading. This was a cracker of a reading. Well, the whole thing was amazing. I loved it. Some powerful messages, as always. If you enjoyed it, as I said, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, take care. Have a beautiful morning, day, night, whenever you're choosing to watch this. And remember, my darlings, honesty is always key.